quick video here about installing the GRS Yoke into the Buy Stuff Arcade's Racing Cab control deck. So if you've purchased one of these decks from us and it doesn't come with the GRS Yoke, this is how you'll have to install your yoke into it. You can see we got the Princess Peach control panel here. So we also have a sticker that will be overlaying the yoke to match that. You can see the hardware here that comes with the yoke. We've got 4 bolts, screws, and washers, and the backer plate. So first step is just sliding the screws through the holes on this yoke. It's a spring-loaded return, of course. So just to get these screws through the holes first from the top, I'm going to turn that for each one, drop them down in there. And then I can flip the yoke over without them falling out because they'll be retained by the block of the actual yoke. So here's the bottom side of the yoke. So I'm going to take my control panel, feed the long USB cable first through the hole, put the rest of the cables with it through the hole. Then I'm going to just line up my 4 bolts to the holes in the control panel. Take the backer plate, also feed all the wires through the slot in the bottom of the backer plate. And set that lined up with the holes as well. Then I will take a lock washer, push the screw up from below with my finger, put the nut on, repeat that for all 4. So I just spun them on. I'd recommend using a drill or driver of some kind. Then you don't have to get a screwdriver into the Phillips head of the screws below, because if you can get enough speed on those nuts, they'll just tighten up against the lock washer. So just set the clutch to appropriate setting. Okay, now you can see the wires we have here to connect. What we have here is a wiring harness connected to the controller board that will mate perfectly with the X and Y yoke axes if you plug that in. So that's connected to the yoke. That's as simple as lining up the pins, plug that together. The buttons are all on a separate harness here. They're all color coded. We don't need that one. We have 4 buttons: the left trigger, right trigger, and left thumb and right thumb. They are labeled here on the wiring harness on the yoke. So we've got right thumb, which is green, plug green into there. We've got left thumb, which is brown. There's a brown. We've got red, which is left trigger, right there. And blue, right trigger, goes to there. So after that, really the only thing left to do is just tidy up the cabling. You'll want the USB cable, which we don't need the way this yoke is connected. So you can leave it in behind just with some zip ties. Tie that into a nice loop and attach it. Like that. Put a couple more on it. You just want to make sure that the rumble motor isn't interfered with at all with any cable being close to that. So I've set up to test this out. What important things to do before plugging in the USB to test it and see what calibration's like is the pedals do need to be plugged in to the controller board. So I've got our pedals. I'm going to plug that into the pedal cable. The other thing that's important in order to test rumble is that the 12 volt power has to be plugged in. So I've got the 12 volt power input cable. I'm going to plug a 12 volt adapter into that. We'll need to turn the power switch on, and that should light up along with all the lit buttons. Then I can plug my USB into the gamepad tester. So it's come up as a Xbox controller. We can test that the gas pedal works and the brake pedal works and the yoke up works and goes right and left. Also we have A, B, X and Y. We have LB and RB, and we have a start and coin select button as well. So that's how you can see that everything should be working fine. When it's zeroed, the calibration should still be, the axes should be zeroed. As long as we use the Chrome browser for the gamepad tester, we can also test rumble. And you click the vibration button, and that will trigger the rumble motor. And it's ready to go into the racing test.